Restart. The Collins 02, the Seymour 357 make up your front row. Back to the green flag. Seymour gets the run on the outside. He's going to take the lead up the backstretch. Looks to bring Josh Leclerc with him in the 7. Leclerc moves into the number 2 spot. Collins to 3rd. 3 wide action into turn 3. Chris Clark moving up in the middle. Look out, we've got contact. Brousseau goes around in the 26, as does the Seymour car. Chris Lever's 4 is spun. And caution flag back out on lap number 2. We're ready to go. Take 2 at a lap 3 restart as we finish what we started last Saturday night. Collins, Seymour, back to the green. It's the inside line this time that gets the good jump as Collins will lead him off turn 2. But here comes the charge of the brigade on the outside row. Seymour's 357 sticks his nose in front. Speedy's moving up on the outside, and Josh Leclerc's right there in the middle. Three, 4 wide action down the front stretches. Jimmy Collins in the 02 and Kurt Seymour Jr. in the 357 run side by side. The field scrambling behind them to trying to find a way by. Justin Donner has moved the 1 car up on the inside, and he challenges Josh Leclerc for number 3 spot. Chris Clark runs side by side with Speedy Brissett in the 77 and 03. That's Jamie LaFountain in the 20, Rick Donner in the 95, the Brown Turd in the 08. Kurt Seymour Sr. back to the number 10 spot in the 35 car. But those top 9 cars run together as a pack as they come off turn 4. Smoke billowing in the back end of Woodruff 07 at the back of the pack. He's going to have to take it back to the garage area under a black flag. Collins now being passed on the inside by Justin Donner. But Jimmy trying to come right back. Jamie LaFountain has snuck his way through in the 20. He's now 4th. Sideways is Justin Donner. He does a nice job hanging out of it as he got caught up in that speedy drive. Seymour's 357 is roughed up to the infield. Collins leads the way, but his new dance partner is Jamie LaFountain in the 20. Rick Donner up to 3rd in the 95. He put a hammer lock in the points championship if he finishes right there this evening. Donner now looks to the inside of Collins. Not enough room. Collins shuts the door in the 95, backs off. Challenge on the outside from LaFountain. He sees that 95 car. He knows he's got to go right now. He cannot wait. LaFountain on the outside. He is your new leader. Collins is back to the number 2 spot. Not for long. Here comes the captain. Rick Donner, captain. Thunder into the number 2 spot to try to challenge LaFountain. Donner looks to the outside as they head up the backstretch, and he moves right alongside the 20 car. LaFountain battles back on the inside, but Donner with a nose in front of the outside. LaFountain coming right back at him on the inside with 5 to go. Still may be just a bit slick in the bottom of the racetrack as a couple of cars squiggle coming into turns 1 and 2. LaFountain, Donner run together. They've got 3 car lengths on Collins, who's sticking right with that top pair in the battle for the lead. Rick Donner on the outside has the lead. Jamie LaFountain battles back, but he'll right now settle into that number 2 spot and try to hold off Collins in the 02. 2 laps to go. Next time by for Rick Donner. Can't afford to make a mistake because that 20 car is right there. Justin Donner has moved back up. He's right alongside Collins. And now Justin will take 3rd. 2 to go. Fountain trying to come back on the inside. He's right there, just a car length behind. White flag is out. If Donor makes a mistake, LaFountain will be there to capitalize. But Rick Donor has not made many mistakes this year. Looking for his 8th victory of the season. Off turn 4, checkered flag will be in the air, and for the 8th time, Rick Donor, your winner in the mini modified. Jamie LaFountain second, Justin Donor third, Jimmy Collins fourth. 5th spot goes to 77 of Chris Clark.
All right, Rick Donor about to finish unbuckling. Here he is climbing out. Give him a nice round of applause, everybody. That's win number 8 for Rick in the number 95 car. And as Rick mentioned upstairs, well on his way to a track championship. Congratulations, you worked the inside line again.
The track got really slippery. I don't know who's laying stuff down, but he had to work the lane on the outside. On 3 and 4 is better. And 1 and 2, there's a little bit of oil, but someone leaks something else, it's a little slippery, a little higher, so you got to run the lower line. Or you go really high, one or the other, so.
Well, it looked like you used the inside to get to the front, and then once there, you were able to put it wherever you wanted it to go.
Yeah, I was just dodging the slicky spots out there in the track. They're all over the place.
Well, you're on your way. You've got 1 win tonight. You'll be out again later on to qualify, and then have another shot at perhaps win number 9.
Oh, I'm going to win number 9.
All right, congratulations, Rick Donor. That's his 8th of the season. The 7th to his medal man, and the H2O for Robert Gordon. That's the field. Green flag. 11 cars taking the green flag in the first. Oh, look out! There goes the 51 flying off the top of 2, onto the roof for the 10 of Josh Allen, and that's going to bring out a red flag as there was contact going into turn. Katyville's Lonnie Rivers with the Freihoffer sponsorship on the hood in the number 7. Will start 7th, then it's Middleman and Robert Gordon. Green flag. 11 cars become 9 as they race off turn number 2 down the backstretch. Chad Provost in the lead. Joe Warren going with him on the outside. Here comes Keith O'Neill on the inside. O'Neill grabbing 3rd away from Dave Drake in the 3. Don Franklin looking to move on the inside as well. And Raptor looking to get the 21 down in front of Lonnie Rivers. Could not do that. And now the 69 of Franklin trying to get past the 3 of Drake on the inside as they're 3 wide down the backstretch, racing for the 5th spot. Rivers the 7, Raptor the 21. Rivers pushes up the racetrack, taking the 21 with him right into the 3. And they come off and Provost in the lead. Joe Warren a car length off of his back bumper with the 13. Then it's a car length back to the 0, running in third. 4th is the 69 of Don Franklin. Lonnie Rivers running in the 5th spot. Robert Gordon with the H2O. Dave Raptoy with the 21, racing side by side. Chad Provost with a couple of wins this season and win that number 6 car. Pulling away from Joe Warren. Joe Warren has his hands full. He's got the 0 of Keith O'Neill working right off the back bumper. Halfway this time by qualifier number 1 for the Renegade. This season in the Renegade division, there have been 8 different winners. And only 2 drivers have won 3 times this year. One of them is Lonnie Rivers with that number 7. The other is Cody Benoit. Qualifier. Benoit won for the 3rd time this year last Saturday night. Provost's lead is substantial. Keith O'Neill taking the 2nd spot away from the 13 of Joe Warren as he moves through the inside. He'll go to the 2nd spot, finishing the pass in turn number 4. 2 laps to go for Chad Provost. Provost leads. O'Neill runs 2nd. Warren runs 3rd. 4th is John Franklin. 5th is Lonnie Rivers. About 10 feet off of his back bumper is the H2O of Robert Gordon. And then it's Dave Raptoy, the 21. Rivers with a peek to the inside of the 69 of Don Franklin as the white flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 69. Battle on the racetrack is for 4th. Lonnie Rivers and Don Franklin. Robert Gordon also in the mix with the H2O car. As the leader, Chad Provost, races off of turn number 4, he's going to take the checkered flag. Chad Provost wins it, Keith O'Neill second, third, Lawrence, fourth, sixth, Robert Gordon. Seventh goes to the 21 of Dave Ratsoy, eighth to Dave.
Qualifier number 1 ready to go. Jeanette and Sign pace the field off turn 4. Green. Flag is out. Cody Myers looking to split them as they head into turn number 1. Brissett on the inside. Going to challenge that 31 car of Jeanette. So's the 75 of Myers. 3 wide action in 3 different spots going into turn 3. Gadway trying to split the middle. That doesn't work. He's got to back off. Lap 1 leader, the Superstar. Brissett is second. Josh Laporte runs third. And it's the 31, the 57, the 63, the 22, and the 88. All 5 of those cars battling for that number 4 spot. Joyle has gone from worst to 4th in just a lap. Myers is your leader, but the challenge starts to heat up for that number 2 spot. Josh Laporte looks to the inside, even deeper inside. Here comes Joyle. Joyle's going to take second. Laporte's going to take third as they're halfway. Bill Joyle with 3 laps to try and run down the Superstar. Can he do it? It'll be 2 to go next time by. That gap is close to just a couple of car lengths. 2 to go. It's still the Superstar up front, but here comes Bill Joyle looking at the inside, zooming by. Myers tries to battle back, but Joyle says, not tonight. White flag is out. Joyle's the leader. Myers will look to the inside as they go into turn 1. Perhaps a bump, just a little one. But Joyle does a nice job hanging on. Myers coming on the outside. We got a car spun in turn number 4. It's going to be yellow and checkers. Joyle wins it. Myers second. Third spot to Josh Laporte. John Michael Brissett and Josh Duravan round out your top 5.
There is the 1 Quebec for Pierre Berthiaume, and shotgun on the field. Gamache truck center number 90. The defending track champion, Martin. 8 cars take the green flag, racing off into turns 1 and 2. There goes spinning on the top of the racetrack. Craig Reel, Hank Craig with the money inside. They run wheel to wheel around the racetrack. Looks like they're coming to take the green flag again. Side by side, wheel to wheel. Craig Reel had the lead at the stripe by a half car length. Mike Finney looks to get down to the inside. No room there. Looks back on the outside. George Foley runs in third. Right behind him, it's Brian Trim. 3 wide, working the rim. Here comes Marty Watt, the 90 on the outside. Greg Rio leads. Second, here comes George. Oh, look out. Pat McGrail with a 10. He bounced up to the middle of the track. Pierre Berthiaume, who finished second last week with the 1 car all the way at the back of the pack in this first qualifier. Out front, it's still the CO2 for Greg Rio. Second position. Third, here comes the Gamache Truck Center number 90, Martin Waugh. Works the top of the racetrack. He goes to third. Foley wants to go on the outside. Foley looks outside. Craig Reel trying to take the top spot away. They're wheel to wheel off the 4th turn. It's still Craig Reel. Craig Reel going the way, but George Foley is going after him on the outside, and right behind him it is Martin Waugh. Down the backstretch to 3. Foley puts the nose out in front. Riel comes back after him on the inside. They're wheel to wheel off the 4th turn down the straightaway. George Foley doesn't win the line. Halfway in qualifier number 1. Craig Riel runs second. Martin Waugh flies past on the outside. He'll go to that second spot. Riel goes back to third. 3 car lengths the disadvantage for Martin Waugh as he tries to chase down George Foley with the number 34. Foley leads. Martin Waugh runs second. Craig Riel is third. Vince Quenneville runs in the 4th spot. Pat McGrail running in the 5th position. Out front, George Foley hanging on to the lead, a lead that is 5 to 7 car lengths over Martin. Greg Reel running in that third spot, feeling the heat as Vince Quinville looks to the outside with a 78. Quinville sizing up along the backstretch, going into turns 3 and 4. He'll work the top of the track. Here comes Vince Quinville with a 78. Quinville has the line. Greg Reel back to the 4th spot. Pat McGrail in the 10 running in the 5th position. Pierre Berthiaume in car number 1 moves around the 26P of Mike Finney. He goes to 6th. White flag out for George Foley. A season of mechanical ups and downs for the 34, mostly downs. But he's going to win this first qualifier. Martinois one last burst into 3 and 4. Not going to be enough. George Foley wins. 2nd to Martinois. 3rd will be Vince Quinville. 4th, Pat McGrail. 5th, Greg Reel. 6th, Pierre Berthiaume. 7th to Mike Finney. And 8th, it will be Brian Trim with the number 28. You've got plenty of gas.
LaFountain grabs the lead as they hit the green flag. Parent back to 2nd. Here comes Matt Brusso charging up on the outside. Here comes Jimmy Varno. Here comes Speedy. Here comes Leclerc. All of them challenging for that number 2 spot. 3 wide action off turn 4. Timmy LaFountain trying to play catch me if you can in that 41 car. He's got a good lead as those cars battle for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and now 7th spot. Here comes Leclerc quickly on the inside to take 2nd. Brusso is back to 3rd. Speedy runs 4th. Varno is 5th. Justin Donor 6th. It's still Tim LaFountain looking for his first career win. He leads them up the backstretch. They're going to be halfway next time by. He's got a 3-pronged challenge. Speedy on the far outside, Brusso on the bottom, and Josh Leclerc in the middle, halfway. 4 wide down the front stretch. Speedy on the outside, got the lead. Leclerc is 2nd. 3rd spot to Brusso. Donor moves up on the inside. He's going to try and take that 3rd spot, and if he gets it, he's going to bring Chris Lavere with him. 2 to go. Speedy Brissett, your leader. Josh Leclerc 2nd, but he's got to hang on as Justin Donor moving up on the bottom in the 1 car. They race together for that 2nd spot. White flag coming out this time. 1 to go. Donor is taking 2nd, dropping Josh Leclerc back to 3rd. He's got Chris Lavere running in number 4 spot in car number 4 and looking to the outside. Checkered flag coming out. Speedy Brissett is going to be your winner. Justin Donor 2nd, 3rd spot to Josh Leclerc. Chris Lavere finishes 4th. And the one-hand wonder, Curtis LaGrave, picks up the 5th spot.
57 from Altona, that's Howard Stoner. And shotgun on the field is car number 68 for Brandon Atkins. Green flag is out. Dan Sullivan showing the way. 3 cars getting together over in turn number 2 as the 39 drifted up the racetrack. And that's going to bring out a yellow flag. All right, we're ready for a restart. Sullivan the 3, the 39 of Sawyer, here they come. Green flag. Dan Sullivan leading out front. Bill Sawyer with a 39 trying to hang with him. Jamie Begor moves to the inside of Sean Duquette's 18. He'll go to the 4th spot as Sean works on the outside of the track now with his 18 machine off the pace. Going up to the top of the track and now limping at the back of the pack is Duquette with that number 18. He's headed back to the pits and likely has a tire down. Out front, it is Dan Sullivan with a 3, and moving on the outside, Bucko Branham with car number 20. Bill Sawyer, the 39, works down on the inside of the racetrack. He runs 3rd. Branham goes to 2nd, then drives down to the inside, trying to find a line past that number 3 car. Off of turn number 2, Sullivan the leader, but here comes Branham after him on the inside. Of course, Bucko's night ended early last Saturday. He's fallen some 24 points behind Robin Wood in the point standings, but he's in the lead. first qualifier for the J&S Steel Sportsman cars tonight. Make that 16, yeah, it is 24 points, the differential between the 61 of Robin Wood, who we'll see in the next qualifier, and the 20 of Bucko Branham. And Branham is opening up a 5-car length advantage over Dan Sullivan with the number 3. Jamie Begor closing on the back bumper of Sullivan's car. Bill Sawyer running in the 4th spot with the number 39. Then a good gap back to the 57 of Howard Stoner. Then it's the 86 of Mike Shagnon and the 68 of Brandon Atkins. Halfway in the first qualifier for the J&S Steel Sportsman. Sullivan going way up the top of turn number 4, coming along the front stretch to the wall, and that opened up a lot of room on the inside for Jamie Begor. Begor is going to race to the inside off the second turn, has that second spot. Dan Sullivan trying to come back after him, but he's going back to third. Now Bill Sawyer trying to get to that hole as well on the inside. Sawyer fighting the handle on that car as they get on the binders. Had pretty good momentum built up, and the car started to drift up, and it would have led to contact with the 3, so he had to lift, and that allowed Sullivan to hang on to the 3rd spot as he worked that middle line. Jamie Begor into the 2nd position. He has cleared Dan Sullivan by 5 car lengths. Sullivan running in 3rd. Bill Sawyer running right off of his back bumper, about a half car length to the 4th spot. Then 5th is Howard Stoner with the ED Enterprises 57. And then it's Brandon Atkins with a 68, and Mike Shagnon with the number 86. 2 laps to go this time by for the 2-time defending track champion Bucko Branham with a Bud Light number 20. 2 point counting events remain for the J&S Steel Sportsman. Tonight's 20-lap feature event, and then next weekend, their 25-lap feature event that will be contested on Sunday, September the 12th. White flag for Branham. He's going to have to make up 16 points, make that 24 points, I should say. He's going to have to make up 24 points in 2 events as he tries to chase down Robin Wood atop the points. That'll be very difficult to do. All right, here he comes off of turn number 4. Checkered flag is out. Bucko Branham wins convincingly. Jamie Begor races to 2nd. 3rd, it's Dan Sullivan. 4th, Bill Sawyer with the 39. Race for 5th off of turn number 4. Give it to Brandon Atkins. Howard Stoner 6th. 7th to Mike Shagnon with the number next to last point counting event for the Renegade division. The 7 is the point leader by 4 over the 25. Here they come. Green flag. Mark Cairns on the inside. Keith O'Neill's on the top of the racetrack. Off 2. O'Neill's going to take the lead. A little bit of a bobble there from the 5. And that allows O'Neill to clear him along the backstretch, and he'll take the lead to 3. Don Franklin's trying to do the same thing. Let's get around Mark Cairn and move to the 2nd spot off the 4th. Cairn on the inside, Franklin on the outside, duking it out for the 2nd spot. Give it to Franklin. He'll go to the top of the track, clear Cairn along the backstretch. 3 wide, Rob Favreau with a 27. He moves to the outside of Josh Terry's 43. The heavy hitters, the top point guys are running right next to each other. The 7, the 11, the 25, they're all in his back. And keep an eye on the 1. The 1 was really running strong on the inside of the racetrack. That's where he was picking cars off left and right in his qualifier. And that's where he is right now, the 1 of Cody Benoit. Out front, it is Keith O'Neill, and his lead is 5 cars already. Third is Mark Cairn in the 5 car. Cairn now in trouble perhaps for that 3rd spot as the 21 of Dave Raptoy looks inside, and Raptoy is dead even going to 3, and now he's got that 3rd spot. Dave Raptoy racing to 3rd with a 21. Again, real tight racing in the middle of the pack. Cody Benoit, the 1, has gone to the outside. He's looking to the outside of Josh Terry's 43, racing for the 8th spot. Benoit will clear Terry on the outside, take 8. Terry is 9th, while Bounty is 10. Running in the 11th position is 12th is Lonnie Rivers. 13th is Robert Hornet. 14th is Kevin Boutin right now. 3 wide racing for 4th. Rob Favreau, the 27. Joe Warren, the 13. Favreau goes up the track a little bit, takes Warren with him. On the outside near the wall, Mark Cairn, he is going to find him. The guy who is charging is Cody Benoit to the 1. Benoit feeding off the bottom of the track now. He's got room to the inside of Rob Favreau down the backstretch. Favreau trying to hold him off, 3 wide into 3. Favreau, the meat and the sandwich, he gets on the binders because he was feeling sweet from the 1 to the 13. Keith O'Neill is the leader in the 0 zone. Keith won earlier this year in non-points race. That was back on August the 14th, if memory serves me right. And he's got a sizable advantage over Dave Raptor in the 21. Who is second? Don Franklin third. But the guy who started is Cody Benoit, who is fourth. Fifth is 13 of Joe Warren. Sixth is Rob Favreau. Seventh is Chad Provost. Eighth is Lance Raptoy. Raptoy flying up to the inside of the Provost, number 6, and he's going to take that spot away. Here comes Lance Raptoy on the inside. No, not yet. Chad Provost. They race side by side over into turn 1. Robert Gordon's also moving with the 8-2-0. Provost running strong on the outside. That pass that Lance Raptoy was about to make with the 11 car not going as easily as anticipated. Keith O'Neill is being chased down in front by Dave Raptoy. Cody Benoit is Don Franklin for third. Now Benoit will begin the charge, trying to chase down the top 2. Dave Raptoy is 2 car lengths off the back of Keith O'Neill with a 0. They're about to put a lap on the 61 of Dan DeVue. O'Neill's lead is a car length to his right. Raptoy is second. Third is Cody Benoit. Fourth is Don Franklin. Fifth is Joe Warren. Sixth is Rob Favreau. Seventh, side-by-side racing between Lance Raptoy and Chad Provost. Ninth is Robert Gordon. 10th is Kevin Boutin. Boutin has moved past the 7 of Lonnie Rivers. Those 2 cars right now are top 2 point men. 25 has moved past the 7 on the racetrack, so he stands to pick up 2 points. He's 4 points behind him in the point standings. A 2-point pickup would lead Rivers, as they run right now, with a 2-point lead going into the final event next weekend. Dave Raptoy is still a car length off the back of the 0 from O'Neill. O'Neill and Raptoy both tripped up the racetrack in 2, and closing quickly is Cody Benoit, who's looking for win number 4, and he's looking to go back-to-back with that 1 car. He is flying up on the back bumper of Dave Raptoy. O'Neill's leading a car length. Boy, if Raptoy could just get that car to stick down to the bottom of 2, I think he can get after O'Neill, but his car pushes up the track just like O'Neill's does. And Cody Benoit is sticking to the inside. These 2 cars are in trouble in turn number 2. Benoit can find room on the inside. Oh, he doesn't need the inside. He's going the outside. 3 cars now battling for the lead. Here comes Raptoy on the inside. O'Neill works the middle of the racetrack. The 1 of Benoit on the outside. 3-car battle for the lead. Dave Raptoy on the inside puts the nose out front. Keith O'Neill drifts up the track. Here comes the race for the lead. Dave Raptoy has the lead. Keith O'Neill is second. Cody Benoit goes to the top of the track on the 1 as they work around the 16. Now Benoit drives down the inside of O'Neill for the 2nd spot. Cody Benoit taking 2nd away from Keith O'Neill. Meanwhile, they're side-by-side racing for the 4th spot. The 13 of Warren, the 69 of Franklin. Dave Raptoy is the leader. Lap 17 up on the 14. Look out! Contacted 1! The 0 of O'Neill. The 1 of Benoit. Cars spinning over in 1 and 2. Everybody tries to get by. The 7, the H2O with some contact, but they keep rolling, and that's going to bring out a yellow flag. 2 drivers that are right behind him in the 4th row. Chad Provost is 6th in car number 6. So this should be a good one. There's 8 laps remaining. This would be a great finish. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Dave Raptoy in the 21, trying to pull away off turn number 2. Joe Warren, Rob Favreau trying to move in that 2nd row. Favreau on the outside. Franklin trying to hang with him on the outside with car number 69. Racing for 5th and side-by-side between the 11 and the 6. And Provost on the outside has 5th in the stripe. Raptoy the leader, drifting atop turn 2. Don Franklin has 2nd, Joe Warren's 3rd. Rob Favreau on the outside. Here comes Lance Raptoy on the inside. Still side-by-side for the 5th spot. Side-by-side racing for the 7th spot as well. Between the 25 and the 7th. Those are the top 2-point guys. Rob Favreau, the 27 to the top of the track, losing positions. Here come the 11, the 6, the 25, the 7, they'll all pass. And now Raptoy trying to look inside the 13 of Joe Warren. Still side-by-side racing for 4th. Out front, Dave Raptoy has 5 to go. The lead is 5 car lengths. The 69 running in the second spot. 13, Joe Warren is third. Lance Raptor has fourth on the inside. Chad Provost is not going to go away without a fight, though, as he continues to work hard on the outside with the number 6 car. Right, the lead is for that fourth spot. It's only about a foot for the 11. 25 of Kevin Booten runs right behind. He is in the 6th position. Bob Dragoon's gone to the infield with a 36. Then it's the 7 of Lonnie Rivers right off of his back bumper. If Booten could pick up another spot, it'd be a flat-footed 25 going into next weekend, the final point event. Dave Raptor is on his way. Lonnie Rivers to the inside of Kevin Booten with the number 25. So the top 2 point guys slicing and dicing for position, knowing full well how tight it is going to next week. Popsicle sticks are out. It's side-by-side racing for spots 2 through 7. Out front, Dave Raptor checking out. Raptor looking for his first victory. He's well on his way. He's got a lead of 10 car lengths, but spots 2 through 7 are up for grabs. The white flag is out. Don Franklin had second at the line. Third, though, right there, the 13. Joe Warren coming back for the second spot in turn number 2. Side-by-side racing continues down the backstretch. Into turns 3 and 4 is the race leader. Checkered flag is out. Dave Raptor is going to win it. This is going to be close for 2 through 7. The 13, Joe Warren, 69, 11, 6, 25, then 7. It looked like Booten was able to get the 7 of Lonnie Rivers and stripe it. Indeed, he does on the scoring monitor. Raptor wins. Warren is second. Don Franklin third. Lance Raptor fourth. Chad Provost fifth. Kevin Booten sixth. Lonnie Rivers 7th, Robbie Favreau 8th, Keith O'Neill 9th, Josh Allen 10th. What that means, Rick, is going into next week's final point counting event, the 2-time defending track champion Lonnie Rivers, who's from Cadyville, will have a 2-point lead over Kevin Booten in car number 25. But spots 2 through 7 were up for grabs right until that checkered flag came out. Joe Warren in the 13 gets the second spot, and Don Franklin with car number 69 ends up in third. Well, Dave Raptor brings the Island Excavating 21 home for his first victory of 2010. And certainly the Versatile Trailer Sales Renegade feature event next week should be pretty exciting. How about a nice round of applause for Dave Raptor as he gets his first win? Congratulations, Dave. You were in a good spot early on. You worked your way into the second position. You were charging on Keith O'Neill, and there was a 3-car battle for that top spot. You had taken the top spot, and behind you, the 0 of O'Neill and the 1 of Cody Benoit got together. And from that point on, it looked like you were in a pretty good position.
Yeah, it was a real good position after that. I was watching those 2 race behind me, and I looked up, and they were both gone. I said, this is a good thing.
When they're running side by side after that, for spots 2 through 7, you've got the lead. In your rearview mirror, everybody else is running side by side. That has to be pretty comforting as well as you're pulling away.
Well, it was comforting, but I don't know how many times the cautions have bit me, and I saw him racing hard back there, and I said, just don't let that come out. I got to remind you that it was a year ago tonight that I destroyed a car in turn 1, so this is a pretty good turnaround from a year ago.
Absolutely, and look, it's been a year of ups and downs, but it's always great to get back to victory lane, and this is a place that you certainly have been before.
Oh, yeah, it has, but this year's been tough, and we were beginning to wonder. Last year, it took us to the last race last year, building that new car and coming back, and we're a week ahead of it this year, so maybe we can come back and do it again tomorrow or next week.
All right, congratulations, Dave, getting the first win of the year.
Thank you.
All right.
Look up front, new leader, Bill Joyle in the 57. Earlier, we saw Rick Donor win number 8. Bill Joyle looks to win number 8 tonight. The 88 runs second and third. Ed Pelkey in the D. Josh Duravage, the 88. Richner, fourth. Those cars have pulled away from the 5th place battle between Collins in the 22 and Joyle Sr. in the 58. Mr. Cheez-It has joined that battle, as has Cody Myers. They all want that 5th spot. Reset right there in the 14, and just a couple of car lengths back is Gadway 63. Then we come back to Jason McClatchy in the 70, Wade Whitney in the 24, April Bordeaux's 23, Rob Sainz 80, 1 and 60, and Joe Jeanette's 31. Working their way through lap number 10, there will be 5 to go next time by. And Bill Joyle is strong up front. Right now, if the race were to end with Joyle leading and Richner in the number 3 spot, Scott would have a 3-point lead going into the final event of the season next Saturday for these Monster Energy Drink Bombers. The final points race will be a Run What You Brung race coming up on the 26th of September. Joyle continues to drive away from the Josh Duravage 88, who's got 5 or 6 on Richner in the 21. We're gonna have some great racing coming up next weekend here with 3 track championships on the line. 2 to go next time by for Bill Joyle. Win number 8 on the horizon if he can keep that car together. Richner has actually closed in just a bit on Duravage in a battle for that 2nd spot, but he's still 3 or 4 car lengths behind. Ed Pelkey with a good run tonight in the 88D, running 4th, and Bill Joyle Sr. is 5th. White flag out for Joyle in the 57. Turn 4, final time, checkered flag in the air for your winner. 8-time winner. Bill Joyle in the 57 gets it done. Josh Duravage 2nd. Scott Richner gets 3rd. Ed Pelkey 4th. 5th spot will go to Mr. Steve. In the 36, that is Bill Desatel.
Behind Foley and run some laps. As we're still early in the event, he's able to close up pretty quickly. He's earning faster lap times on the scoring monitor. There's the race leader, Foley. Vince Quinville went 3rd. Quinville's time was the fastest last lap at a 16.6. He'll take the Saranac Country Store machine right up against the wall. Not yet, says George Foley. Again, looking outside, almost touching. Here comes Dupree for the lead. And in third place, he's got the lead. Patrick Dupree is the race leader. Dupree looking for his 6th win. That would tie Martin Ross. Traffic to deal with. We'll check the lap time on Dupree this time by. 16.594 the lap time of Patrick Dupree. George Foley, a 16.721. A little more than 10 seconds slower. And charging out of 3rd is Vince Quinville. Quinville trying to make a play on that 2nd spot. Quinville 78 was almost 2 tenths faster than George Foley that last lap. Quinville has a car that perhaps can hang with Dupree. 20 laps now complete. Again, Quinville continues to be faster than the 34 of Foley, and now he's going after him on the outside. And Quinville takes the G-Stone Motor 78 to the 2nd spot around the outside of George Foley. about to go a lap down. Concerned, not used to seeing him this much off the pace. He is laboring at the back of the pack. He's a lap down. Oma's a lap down. Matt Woodruff is next in line to go a lap down. Vince Quinville trying to keep Patrick Dupree in sight. This time by, it'll be halfway for Patrick Dupree. He's halfway home. Last week's winner, Todd Ormsby, coming back out on the racetrack, but he has to be something down. All right, just past the halfway point, let's set the field. Dupree is the race leader in the 24. Second is Quenville with a 78. Third is Foley. Fourth is Andy Abel with the 80. Fifth is Martin Waugh with a 90. Running sixth is Greg Atkins with a 1. Seventh is Mike Leo. Eighth is Leon Gagnon with a 4. Ninth is Patrice McGrail with a 10. 10th is Chris K.A. with the 18. 11th is Pierre Berthiaume with a 1. Running 12th is Rod Stone with a 1X. Running 13th is Brandon Madison Scarborough. 14th is Michel Bien. 15th is Ryan Grimm. 16th is Mike Wells. 17th is Max Bien. Those machines on the lead lap. Mike Finney's gone down a lap. 17 cars on the lead lap. Patrick Dupree is running still. Oh, that last lap he was 0.3 of a second faster than Vince Quinville. And Dupree was in an open space, an open track. Quinville was working around lap traffic. Richard Tester in the infield with a 49. He is parked just past the start-finish line on the inside of the track. That's going to bring out a yellow flag. The yellow flag comes out for Richard Tester in the 49. That will slow the pace. And ready for a restart. Here they come off turn number 4. Green flag. Start for Patrick Dupree, certainly. 20, oh, look out, Martin Waugh off the backstretch. He'll lose 1 spot, he'll lose 2 spots, now fighting back. Martin Waugh had dropped back to the 7th spot, but now he is sitting there to make that 6th. And now going around Greg Atkins to get back to the 5th position. We got a yellow flag out as there is a car prone on the top of turns 3 and 4. Atkins in the 1 is 5th. All right, Quinville draws to the back bumper. Trying to stay with him on the start. Green flag. Dupree pull away along the front stretch. George Foley thinking about challenging again for that 2nd spot. Quinville has him. Here they come off of turn number 4, lap 31, about to go up on the scoreboard. Running a 16.5. And the other importance about that position, that is a guaranteed starting spot for Syracuse. Patrick Dupree already has one. Again, a point not to be lost here. Patrick Dupree has a guaranteed starting spot by virtue of his week 1 victory here at Airborne. Right now, that 2nd spot would be the guaranteed starting spot for Syracuse, and Vince Quinville's in it. George Foley wants to get it. Quinville running in 2nd. George Foley running 3rd. 4th, Andy Haywood in the 80. 5th, Martin Waugh with the 90. 6th is Greg Atkins. 7th is Mike Rio. 8th, Leon Gagnon. Rod Stone to 9th with a 1X. 10th is Don Scarborough with the 11. Also talking about some of the other point battles that exist right back through the various divisions. They'll stake out as well. 15 laps remaining for Patrick Dupree. Foley really trying to get after that 2nd spot. Dupree builds the lead. It's almost a full front stretch now for the 24. 16.39 his time. Yellow flag is out. Over in turns 3 and 4, the 28, Brian Trim, the 11, Don Scarborough, the 10 of Patrice McGrail. That brings out a yellow flag to pick that guaranteed spot up. Here they come, off of turn number 4, green flag. Dupree way along the backstretch. Here comes Martinois looking for fourth. Not yet, says Andy Haywood. Dupree with a 16.5. Vince Quinville a 16.8. George Foley 16.6. So he certainly could put some heat on Vince Quinville in these final dozen laps. 38 go up on the board. Dupree leading. Foley sizing up Quinville for the second spot. Race for fourth between Andy Haywood and Martinois. Sixth is Greg Atkins. Seventh is Leon Gagnon. Eighth is Mike Rio. Ninth is Todd Stone. 10th is Chris K.A. 11th is Michel Vienne. Running in 12th, it is Don Scarborough. 13th is Brian Trimm. 14th, Max Vienne. 10 laps to go for Patrick Dupree. The battle is on for a second. Here comes Foley on the inside. There goes Quinville on the outside. Wheel to wheel going to 3. They've got the slower car in front. That's Mike Wells, who had just come out of the garage area when they took the green flag. Wheel to wheel behind. Foley had second. Almost touching into 1 and 2. Off of 2. Foley to the second spot. Quinville trying to hang on the outside. Still with him. Wheel to wheel. Slot car racing back and forth for the second spot. Using up the right rear. Quinville. There goes Foley to that second position. Martinois running in fourth. Now coming after Quinville. Trying to get to third. The slower car in front. Quinville sizing up Mike Wells. Looking to the inside. Touching in turn number 4. Andy Haywood trying to get to third. Martinois inside Vince Quinville. Wheel to wheel for the third spot. Here comes Martinois. Defending track champion, probably the last time that I'll say it. Martinois goes to third. Vince Quinville in the 78, back to fourth. Andy Haywood sizing him up, trying to take that fourth spot away. 5 laps to go for Patrick Dupree, and he has a huge lead over George Foley. Vince Quinville in the 4th spot, feeling heat now from Andy Haywood, trying to hold off Haywood in the 4th position. And cars behind Andy Haywood are closing in, trying to get to the top 5. All right, let's set the field one last time. Dupree leads. Foley second, third Martinois, fourth Vince Quinville, fifth Andy Haywood, sixth is Greg Atkins, seventh Todd Stone up to the 7th spot. He has certainly rallied in the later stages of the race. Eighth is Leon Gagnon, ninth is Mike Rio, 10th is Chris K.A. 11th spot, that would be Michel Vienne, 12th Brian Trimm, 13th is Don Scarborough, 14th I believe Max Vienne, perhaps it's Pierre Berthiaud 14th, and 15th will be Max Vienne. 2 laps to go for Patrick Dupree in the 24, inside of 2 laps, and now the white flag unfurled. 1 to go for Patrick Dupree. Foley second, closing in is Martinois. Racing action for spots 4 through 9. Quinville, Haywood, Atkins, Stone, and Gagnon. Here comes the race winner off 4. Patrick Dupree wins it. George Foley second. Martinois third. Racing for 4th, Vince Quinville. 5th, Andy Haywood. 6th, Greg Atkins. 7th, Todd Stone. 8th, Leon Gagnon. 9th, Mike Riel. 10th, Chris K.A. 11th will be Michel Vienne. 12th, Brian Trimm. 13th, Don Scarborough. 14th, Pierre Berthiaud. And 15th to Max Vienne in the 25. All right, folks, how about a nice round of applause for the 2010 Ernie's Discount Tools Airborne Speedway track champion from Saranac Lake, Patrick Dupree, who gets his 6th win. And Patrick, you made it look easy.
Yeah, that was my crew that made it look easy. They did a really good job, you know, with setting up the car today. It was amazing. That's probably one of the best handling race cars I've ever had. I mean, it was just floating on air out there.
6 laps in, you were already inside the top 5, and you didn't waste much time. You wanted to get to the front pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, you know, 90 car was out there, and George was really fast too. So I didn't know what everyone had in store, but you got to kind of go up as fast as you can anyway, even though it's a 50 lapper. But the car was just absolutely amazing. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better way to get the championship with his last win here.
Absolutely. You finish things off with an exclamation point, and then, of course, next week, another extra distance event. You certainly have to feel pretty good going into that one, knowing that this car was so strong through 50 laps. We'll double it next week.
Yeah, I was actually going to bring the other car for that one, but I don't know. This one's going pretty good. So we like the long distance runs there. You know, kind of get a little bit of a chance to settle in. But you know, just looking forward to it. Hopefully we can repeat another one.
Congratulations again. You're now a two-time track champion at this racetrack.
That sounds pretty good.
All right, Patrick Dupree, everybody.
But big news, bomber-wise, is the first and third place cars DQ'd, and it brings a new points leader in Josh Durvaz to the front.
I believe that would be his second win of the year for Durville.
Flag back out. Speedy Brissett. The jump, but he's got Rick Donor to contend with. They run 1-2. Collins is back to third. Donor now looks to the inside as Speedy will try the outside line. They're 3 wide, almost 4 wide behind him in a battle for the number 3 spot. Donor inside, Brissett on the outside. Donor for the lead. Speedy, though, not ready to give up the shift yet. Sticking right with an 8-time winner, looking to make it number 9. They run together as Chris Clark moves alongside Collins to battle for that 3rd spot. Justin Donor runs 5th in the 1 car. Speedy's got the line at the wire. Speedy Brissett, your new leader, getting it done on the outside. Donor battling right back on the inside. Those 2 cars run together into turn 3 as they run side by side for that 3rd spot as well with Collins and Clark. LaFountain's 20 car runs to the 6th spot. 7th goes to the 357 of Seymour Jr. with the one-hand wonder 8th. Chris LeVere is 9th. The battle for 10th is the Jenkins 33 and the Archer 23. Halfway. The gentleman who will be the 2010 track champion, Rick Donor, looking for win number 9, has the lead in the bottom of the racetrack. Speedy Brissett has been right alongside for the last 5 laps. Chris Clark has pulled away from the 4th place battle. Clark running in that 3rd spot with his 77 car, as now Justin Donor has moved to 4th with Jamie LaFountain 5th. Collins is back to 6th in the 0-2. Terry Bishaw is 36 off the pace, headed to the infield, but now he's going to come back out onto the backstretch. Caution flag out on the speedway. It will come out on lap number 9. We'll have 6 laps to go. That's the 41 car of LaFountain, who has come to a halt over in turn 3 and 4. Rick Donor, Speedy Brissett, they've run together the last 5 laps. They pick it up as they come off turn 4. We are back to green flag action. Good jump for Speedy. Speedy! He's got the lead as they come off turn number 2. Brissett, your leader, still running on the outside. Didn't want to go to the bottom of the racetrack. That's going to open up the door right there for Donor to try to come right back on through. 5 to go. Chris Clark right there in the 3rd spot. Got a car parked in the infield. Terry Bishaw trying to refire his car. Will it get going? No. Caution flag is out on lap 10. Five to go for the mini mods. Donor, Brissett, they pick it up off turn 4. This time it's a much better start for Donor, but it's still not good enough. He was within a couple of car lengths this time. Brissett drives right by on the outside. Speedy Brissett is your leader. Again, he goes up to the top of the racetrack. But now with Justin Donor right there on the outside, Speedy's going to think about the bottom. Speedy leads the way. Rick Donor is second. Justin Donor is third. Chris Clark is one-hand wonder trying to sandwich his way through. He does. He's going to take the 5th spot. Rick Donor now on the inside of the 0-3 to stick his nose in front. Speedy still sticking right with him on the outside, but now he's got a dance partner to the inside. Justin Donor to one. Justin's going to move up on the inside and take that 2nd spot away from Speedy. Doesn't give it up without a fight, though. He comes right back on the outside. Couple of laps to go this time by as Weasel's got the sticks out. Rick Donor looking for his 9th win of the season. Victory lane earlier tonight. Told us all he was going to win number 9 tonight. He's just a lap and a half away from backing it up. Now Speedy looks inside. Justin Donor, as they battle, continues for that 2nd spot as the white flag comes out for the captain. Justin Donor has assumed that 2nd spot now up the backstretch. And now it's a 3-car battle for 3rd. Clark on the outside, Brissett on the inside. A little bit of contact as they come off turn 4 to the checkered flag. Rick Donor wins it. 2nd spot goes to Justin Donor with Chris Clark 3rd. 3% 4th. 5th spot will go to 20 of Jamie LaFountain.
Well, he's going to get a few pictures snapped first, Rick, and then we'll get a word with Rick Donor, who backs up exactly what he said a little bit earlier. All right, Rick Donor, you said you were going to get your 9th win a little bit later on, and you certainly did. Tell us about this run to the front.
Well, it was a little trickier than the last one, I'll tell you that much. I ran the outside line. It seemed to go really good, and I was passing cars left and right. I was really happy with that. The cars just handles awesome. That's all I can say.
Well, this has been a great season for you, and you'll cap it off next weekend, and we'll officially crown you the 2010 Airborne Speedway Mini Modified Track Champ.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Watson Glass and Gordon's Oil for sponsoring me. Hopefully next year, do it again.
All right, that's Rick Donor, everybody. He gets Duquette 56, Casey St. Clair, and the 57 is Howard Stoner. 15 cars, here they come, off turn 4, green flag. Billy Thwaites on the inside. Dan Sullivan works the outside. They're 3 wide, racing for the 6th spot. Tyler Terry, Brandon Atkins, and the 19 of Jamie Begor. As they mix it up, here comes Robin Wood trying to fill the lane to the inside of Begor. Get a spot on him as he moves up to the front. Dan Sullivan shows the way off turn number 2. Down the backstretch, his lead is a car length. That's the 69 of Bill Thwaites. Thwaites running in the 2nd spot. Bill Sawyer runs in 3rd. Outside, Jim Bushy in the 11. As those 2 drivers think about trying to move around the 69 of Bill Thwaites. Sawyer on the inside. Thwaites drifts up the racetrack. Black flag was shown to Jamie Begor. Fluid coming out of the 19 car, and that's the reason for the black flag on the 19. The 3 of Sullivan, the 39 of Sawyer, the 69 of Thwaites. Here comes Nick Haywood. Nick Haywood looking to the inside. I don't see anything coming out of that 19 down. 3 wide off of turn number 2. Bigor inside, Bushy in the middle, Terry on the outside. Bigor trying to move up on the inside of the track. Look out, contact, Sawyer sideways, everybody scrambling trying to save it. 3 wide going into turn number 1, Nick Haywood gets around. Bill Sawyer running 4th, drifts up the track. Robin Wood tries to sneak past on the outside. Here comes Bigor on the inside. 3 wide running into the turn. Out front, the leader is Dan Sullivan. Tyler Terry is 2nd. 3rd is Nick Haywood. 4th is Robin Wood. Bigor continues to run in the 5th spot. Bill Sawyer in the 39 running in 6th. 7th, it's Bucko Branham. 8th is Bill Thwaites. So it's the 3 of Sullivan. Big lead out front. Terry in the 44 running in the 2nd spot. Jamie Bigor takes the 19 back to the garage area. He was in a point battle trying to hang on to a 4th place position. Halfway, 10 laps to go for the 3 of Dan Sullivan. Remember, just a 20 lap distance tonight. So it's Sullivan, Terry, Robin Wood, Nick Haywood. Sullivan in that 3 car is looking for his first career victory. His lead is 3 car lengths and appears to be shrinking. Tyler Terry trying to reel him in. The 3 car perhaps starting to go away a little bit. 3 car lengths becomes 2. Between the 44 of Terry back to the 61 of Robin Wood, that gap is shrinking as well as Robin Wood reels in Tyler Terry. And now the lead is a half car length. Dan Sullivan continues to work a middle line around the racetrack, drifting up over in turn 2. Here comes the 44 of Tyler Terry, drawing in on the back bumper. Terry looks to the inside, has position on the inside. A little bobble off 4, now back on it, and he's the new leader at the stripe. Robin Wood is right on his back bumper. 3 cars in the mix for the lead. Wood looks inside. Does he dare throw it there on the inside? He's still there. 3 wide for the lead into turn number 4. Wood's on the inside. Terry's in the middle. Sullivan on the outside. At the stripe, it's almost dead even. At the stripe, it showed Dan Sullivan in the lead. Here comes Sullivan on the top of the track, taking the lead back down the middle of the backstretch. Robin Wood still on the inside. The 44 of Terry now falling behind the 3 of Dan Sullivan. Racing off turn number 4. This time it's Robin Wood. Sullivan 2nd. Tyler Terry running in 3rd. Bucko Branham 4th. 5th, Nick Haywood in the 29. 5 laps remain. Robin Wood is on his way to another victory. Bucko Branham closing in on the battle for the 2nd spot. Coming into the race, Branham was 24 points behind Robin Wood. Robin Wood is looking to build on that point lead. He's the leader. Right now, Branham running in the 4th spot, although he is contesting now the 3rd spot and about to take it away from Dan Sullivan. Robin Wood pulling away from Tyler Terry. Robin, the point leader, is looking for win number 6. And he is well on his way now with just 2 laps to go. 2 to go for Robin Wood. Tyler Terry in the 2nd spot, but Bucko Branham trying to make something happen, get to that 2nd position. Dan Sullivan, who has had a fantastic race, running in 4th. Gotta believe this is probably going to be his best career finish. White flag is out. Final time around for Robin Wood. Car spinning in the middle of the backstretch, and that will bring out a yellow flag. Yellow flag is out as the car spins in the middle of the backstretch. Checkered flag is also displayed. That'll give the win to 61 Robin Wood. 2nd, the 44 of Tyler Terry. 3rd to Bucko Branham in car number 20. Nick Haywood 4th in the 29, and Dan Sullivan 5th in car number 3. All right, Robin Wood with another victory, and he's going to increase his point lead as well. Bucko ends up in the 3rd spot, so he'll add 8 to his lead going into next week, and that will make it a 32-point lead unofficially going into the final event. Robin, again, the car looked like wherever you wanted to put it, it was pretty fast.
Yeah, the car was pretty good tonight, right from practice, the heat race, to the feature. The track was a little bit slippery. I think Jamie was leaking gas or something at the beginning of the race, and the track was really slick, but the car was still pretty good.
I know there was a little bit of a discussion with the drivers in the sportsman division after last week's debacle.
Yeah, last week's race was horrible. So they gave us 20 laps for 20 minutes. Kind of treated us a little bit embarrassing, but we proved that we can race side by side without causing a lot of wrecks tonight. So hopefully we'll just continue that the rest of the year.
How about when you took the lead? 3 wide racing. Dan Sullivan was down on the inside, and Tyler Terry was in the middle of the track, and you were on the outside.
Yeah, Danny's actually been running really good the last couple of weeks. Tyler got underneath him, but I just couldn't finish the pass, and I got my nose underneath him, and Tyler gave me plenty of room, and we took the lead.
Well, you've got a 32-point lead going to the final weekend, and that's a pretty safe lead to have going to the final event.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep the lead. I got to thank my sponsors, Ganyanka Territorial Bingo, Renorak, Daniel Signs, Melissa's Barbershop, my dad, Rudy, everybody that helps us out during the week and throughout the whole year.
All right, congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
All right.
That will wrap up Motorsports Magazine from the Airborne Speedway. A cold and chilly night, perhaps the coldest of the season, but a driver who was not cold. He picked up his 6th win and his 2nd track championship in the dirt car modifieds, Patrick Dupree.
Dominating win tonight for Patrick Dupree. He was the 2008 track champion, and he becomes the track champion for 2010. Really a convincing win as he worked his way to the front early in the race and maintained a very sizable advantage just about throughout.
Another winner tonight is George Foley, who picks up a guaranteed starter spot for the Moody Mile. He will join Patrick Dupree and the Brandon Bandit Don Scarborough as the 3 representatives of Airborne Speedway.
Been a tough season for George, but I'm sure they'll be very pleased getting that guaranteed starting spot. He's a driver that's entertained going out there in the past. I believe he's made a trip out to Syracuse before, and certainly having a guaranteed spot will help make that decision a little bit easier. And defending track champion Martin Awa, he finishes in the 3rd spot.
Another 6-time winner tonight in the J&S Steel Sportsman Division, and a guy who now has a points lead in the 30 range. I believe it may be 32 unofficially. Robin Wood, 6th win, and he's just about wrapped up a track championship.
Absolutely. I mean, the worst you could do with the Airborne point system is pick up 20 points unless you get disqualified. And, of course, the winner can only pick up 50. So, say Bucko wins in the final week, gets 50 points. If Robin has a bad race and gets 20 points, if our math is right, and we think he's got a 32-point lead going into the final event, he's obviously sitting in a pretty good position, barring some type of catastrophe like getting disqualified over in Tech.
Robin, stay away from Nikki this week. Don't get her cold, and you're going to be the 2010 track champion.
I missed that one. Whatever.
Nikki's been sick all week.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that doesn't have anything to do with getting disqualified over in Tech.
No, not at all.
All he has to do is show up. And you can show up a little bit under the weather, I'm sure.
In the Renegade Division, win number 1 in the season, a guy who waited till the last week in 2009. It's always good to see Dave Raptor in victory lane.
He noted it was an anniversary, and a bad anniversary, because he demolished his car this weekend last season. But this weekend, obviously this year, he has a much better result. He wins for the first time. Showed good patience at the front. He was at the right place at the right time when the 1 and the 0 got together. He was able to work his. Actually, they were running right behind him. He was in the lead at the time. But certainly, Cody Benoit looked like he might have been the car and the driver to beat tonight. But he got together with Keith O'Neill in the 0 car. They both ended up at the back of the pack. And Dave Raptoy gets his first victory. Dave's one of the nice guys over in the garage area, and good to see him get a win.
And that sets up a great finish for next week. This is the 3rd year in a row that Lonnie Rivers is going to have to race for a track championship. His lead just a couple of points going into the final event.
And if my memory's right, he was 2nd going into the final event last year, trailing Nick Haywood in the Renegade point race, and ended up with a better finish that netted him a track championship. This year, he will not be the one that's doing the hunting. He'll be the guy that they're trying to chase down, and he's going to have, as you said, unofficially, a 2-point lead over Kevin Booten. I think Booten's handicap, he finished ahead of him again tonight, is going to be a little bit higher than Lonnie Rivers. So it's likely that Lonnie will start in front of Booten, but just a 2-point lead going into that final race.
We have a 9-time winner in the mini modified division as Rick Donor hits the daily double tonight, wins the rained out event from a week ago, wins the regular event, and clinches his second track championship.
Making it look easy. He predicted in victory lane after he won for the 8th time to open the racing tonight. He predicted that he would get number 9 tonight, and he was absolutely right. When you see him running 4 wide to get to the front early in a race, if he's inside or anywhere near 5th, just 5 laps in, everybody else in front of him is in trouble, and that was the case in both feature events tonight.
Going into the final points race for the Bomber Division next weekend, it certainly looked as though it was going to be a battle between Scott Richner, who would have been the leader, and Bill Joyle, who would have been second, just a couple of points behind. Tonight, Richner finished 3rd, and Joyle was the winner. It would have been his 8th victory of the season. However, both Joyle and Richner disqualified. Unofficially, the points leader now is Josh Duravage, and officially the winner is Josh Duravage, with his teammate Ed Pelkey finishing second.
Who was disqualified last week, Rick?
Josh Duravage.
So talk about just an up and down couple of weeks. Josh Duravage, who was right in the thick of things point-wise, last week was disqualified. He was 42 points behind coming into tonight's racing. He finishes second on track. The first place guy, Bill Joyle, DQ'd, 0 points. Third place finisher, Richner, the point leader, DQ'd, 0 points. So he goes from 42 out, gets 50 for the win tonight. The other 2 guys in front of him get no points. He'll have an 8-point lead going into the final event over Scott Richner, and a 19-point lead, again, unofficially, over Billy Joyle. And that should be another exciting race as another division goes right down to the last race.
As we said on the PA, and because this is a family show, all heck is broken loose in the Bomber Division. Award time on the Motorsports Magazine program. Our Watson Glass Driver of the Week, unanimous choice, goes to the Vermont driver, Dave Raptor.
Yeah, Dave, again, working through the season. They've had some ups and downs at times, but that car's been they've been getting it dialed in. You can see it over the last several events, and he ran a smart race, progressing to the front, and eventually was able to work his way to the victory.
And our Frenier's Automotive Service and Towing Hard Charger of the Week award goes to a guy who rebounded, as we mentioned, from a disqualification last week, Josh Duravage.
Yeah, he came from pretty deep in the pack in that Bomber race, raced to second on track, but again with the disqualifications, he picks up the victory, and that turns out to be his second victory of the season. But more importantly, he finds himself in a spot where he'll now have the point lead going into the final race. And again, if memory serves me right, I think he had the point lead last season as well going into the final race. Things didn't work out as well as they would have liked. Last year it was Jason Blondo ended up being the Bomber track champion. This year we'll see if things go a little bit better for Josh Duravage, another division, as we said earlier, that will go right down to championship weekend.
And it's going to be a great weekend of racing. Saturday afternoon, 2 o'clock is going to be the post time. It's going to be qualifying for the Sportsman and Renegade cars, in addition to championship events for the Bombers and mini modifieds, plus practice for the dirt car modifieds and the ACT late models. Once again, that's 2 o'clock start time on Saturday. And then on Sunday, 1 o'clock is the post time. It's feature events for the Sportsman and Renegades qualifying, and feature events for the Apple Bowl 100 for the dirt car modifieds, and the ACT Fall Foliage 300.
A busy and long weekend. I hope you don't have any other plans next weekend besides being here a lot at the Airborne Speedway.
Well, I'm going to even probably come out Saturday night to film our media guy, Tom Herzig, has a concert. His band, The Roots of Rock and Roll, will be playing behind the main tower Saturday night. We're going to try to get out here and film that and put that on and show everybody what a talented media director we have.
So if you're watching on the internet through Plattsburgh.com, you'll have an opportunity to go to the track's website, airborneparkspeedway.com, and you can check out all the different events, not just the events that will take place on track, but also some of the other events that they have scheduled here at the Speedway. It should be a real fun weekend. We're expecting a huge crowd. If you're watching over the local cable systems, it's all too late because this is delayed.
Steve Park's going to be here with us as well on Friday and Saturday to give rides. He's going to have the go-karts out and well. A horseshoe tournament here at the track on Friday night. The annual unofficial Airborne Speedway softball game will go on after the events on Saturday afternoon.
They've got a golf tournament as well.
Just a great weekend of fun here at Airborne coming up on the 11th and 12th of September for those of you watching this week online at Plattsburgh.com. We want to thank our videographer, Gene Gagne from OutsideGroove.com, for his outstanding video work, as well as Calvin Castine from Hometown Cable and Brian McBride from Plattsburgh.com. Thanks to our underwriting sponsors, Adirondack Water Systems and Ormsby Realty as well. For Rob Knowles, I'm Rick Knowles. Have a good week, everybody.